아예 6번째 새우만 만들어주지 왜. 내려놔. 앞에 스텝을 확 받고 죽어버리는 거 보기 싫냐.
In February 2024, a song about chestnut jelly hit #1 on every Korean music chart. Not a power ballad, not a club banger, a waltz about a snack. And the artist behind it? The same woman who built her entire career on curse words, explicit lyrics, and a middle finger to everything K-pop was supposed to be. BIBI had done the impossible. She turned the industry's biggest rejection into its newest obsession. Kim Kyung-seo grew up in Ulsan, a port city most people only know for its factories. She was the kid who couldn't hold a conversation without her hands shaking. Social anxiety wasn't just a phase for her, it was her daily reality. While other teenagers were out making friends, she was locked in her room, writing lyrics she'd never show anyone. At 15, music became the only language that made sense. She saved every bit of allowance money she could, bought cheap equipment, and started producing tracks in a space barely big enough for a bed. No formal training, no connections, just a laptop and a desperate need to say something the world wasn't ready to hear. She called herself Naked BIBI on SoundCloud. The name alone told you everything. Raw, unfiltered, uncomfortably honest. Her tracks were rough around the edges, blending Korean underground hip-hop with influences from Nicki Minaj and Kanye. Most people scrolled past, but in 2017, someone who mattered didn't. Yoon Mi-rae, a living legend in Korean hip-hop, stumbled across one of BIBI's uploads. What she heard wasn't polished, it wasn't safe, it was real. Mi-rae didn't just leave a comment or hit follow. She reached out directly asking to meet. BIBI thought it was a prank at first. When she realized it wasn't, she couldn't believe someone like Mi-rae would waste time on a nobody from Ulsan. The meeting was supposed to be about songwriting. Mi-rae's label, Feel Good Music, thought BIBI could write for other artists. But once Mi-rae heard her voice in person, the plan changed. BIBI wasn't going to write hits for someone else. She was going to become the artist. In 2018, she appeared on the reality show The Fan, competing for a chance to collaborate with Mi-rae. She made it to the finals, but didn't win. Most people would have seen that as a failure. BIBI saw it as exposure. Netizens started talking, some loved her, others didn't know what to make of her. That confusion was exactly what she needed. Her official debut came in 2019 with BINU.
사람들이 말하더라 새 것마냥 깨끗하다 있는지 모르겠다 Do you know how to keep myself clear 어떻게 씻어내는 건지 머리끝부터 발끝까지
The song was sweet on the surface, a love track with a soft melody, but the lyrics hinted at something darker underneath. It wasn't a massive hit, but it planted a seed. BIBI wasn't going to follow the script. Over the next 2 years, she released music that made people uncomfortable. Casino in 2020 pushed boundaries most Korean artists wouldn't touch. Life is a Bye in 2021 went even further. Profanity wasn't just sprinkled in for shock value, it was woven into the storytelling. She rapped about sex, heartbreak, and self-destruction with a bluntness that felt dangerous. The industry didn't know where to put her. Too explicit for K-pop, too polished for pure underground. She existed in a space that shouldn't have worked, but somehow did. In October 2021, she dropped The Weeknd with 88 Rising, becoming the first Korean female soloist to crack the US Top 40 at number 29.
You only call me on the weekend You only love me when we freaking
The track was smoother than her earlier work, but still carried that edge. She performed at Head in the Clouds Festival that same year, and the footage went viral for all the wrong reasons. Or the right ones, depending on who you asked. She threw condoms into the crowd. She kissed a fan on stage. Netizens lost their minds. Some called it empowering. Others said she'd gone too far. BIBI didn't comment. She just kept moving. But behind the provocative image, cracks were forming. In July 2022, she went live on Instagram after 3 days without sleep.
I can't. I want to eat. I want to take a nap. I want to rest. I can. And nobody's taking my call. Please. 전화 좀 받아요. 세수해도 되냐고요. 세수하고 자고 싶어요. 세수하고 자고 싶어요.
The confident, rebellious persona crumbled in real time. She talked about being overworked, exhausted, and unsure if any of it was worth it. Fans were shocked. The woman who seemed untouchable was falling apart. The live ended abruptly, and for weeks, nobody knew if she was okay. Then November came, and she released Low-Life Princess, Noir, an album that felt like a response to everything that had been building. The concept was dark, cinematic, inspired by Park Chan-wook's Lady Vengeance. She created a character named Oh Guillaume-ji, a woman navigating abandonment, revenge, and survival in a dystopian world. The music video imagery was haunting. The lyrics cut deeper than anything she'd done before. Some critics praised her for taking risks. Others thought she was trying too hard to be edgy. The album didn't dominate the charts, but it solidified her reputation as an artist willing to risk everything for her vision. Then came 2023, and Bibi did something unexpected. She started acting, not in music videos or cameos, but in actual films and dramas. She appeared in Hopeless and The Worst of Evil, both of which showcased a side of her people hadn't seen.
물건 좀 구해왔어?
안 한다고 이제.
아, 니 때문에 메시지가 존나 와. 왜 돈만 처박아놓고 택배를 안 보내주냐고.
그럼 네가 직접 쓰레기통 쳐 뒤져가지고 보내주든가. 아저씨는 김영규가 불쌍하지도 않아요? 왜 다들 김영규만 못 잡아먹어서 안달인데.
She wasn't just playing herself, she was disappearing into characters, proving she had range beyond music. In 2024, she won the Baeksang Arts Award for Best New Actress. The same woman who cursed her way through albums was now being celebrated in one of Korea's most prestigious acting categories. It didn't make sense to anyone but her, but that wasn't even the wildest part of the year. February 2024. Bam Yang dropped, and nothing about it fit BIBI'S brand. The song was written by Chung Ki-ha, an indie legend known for quirky, heartfelt tracks. It wasn't explicit, it wasn't dark, it was a soft waltz comparing love to chestnut jelly, a traditional Korean snack. The lyrics were simple, almost childlike.
떠나는 길에 네가 내게 말했지 너는 바라는 게 너무나 많아 달디 달고 달디 달고 달디단 밤양갱 밤양갱
Fans were confused. This was the same artist who built a career on provocation, now singing about sweets with zero edge. But something strange happened. The song went viral, not because it was shocking, but because it was charming. People started filming themselves singing it while eating actual bamyangaeng. Lee Hyori jumped on the trend. Celebrities followed. In just 13 days, Bamyangang hit a perfect all-kill on every Korean music chart. It became BIBI'S first #1 on the Circle Digital chart. Sales of the actual snack jumped 40 to 100% nationwide. A song about chestnut jelly moved product and broke records at the same time. Netizens couldn't decide what to make of it. Was this a sellout move? Had BIBI abandoned her anti-idol image for mainstream success? But the more people talked, the more they realized something. BIBI hadn't changed. She'd just proven she could do both. The same artist who rapped about self-destruction could also make you crave a snack with a 3-minute waltz. She performed Bamyangang on music shows with full K-pop staging. Backup dancers, choreography, the works. It looked like every other idol performance except it wasn't, because BIBI'S presence alone made it different. She wasn't playing the game, she was rewriting it. By 2025, Bibi announced her first world tour, Eve, and dropped her second album, Eve, Romance. The misfit from Olsen who couldn't talk to strangers without panicking was now selling out shows across the globe. Her father, a musician who never made it, watched his daughter become everything he couldn't. She didn't do it by softening her edges or playing it safe. She did it by refusing to fit into any box the industry tried to build around her. The anti-idol label stuck, but it didn't limit her anymore. It became her superpower. She proved that vulnerability and provocation weren't weaknesses. They were the exact tools needed to carve out a space nobody knew existed. Other underground Korean artists started to see a path forward, one where you didn't have to choose between authenticity and success. You could have both if you were willing to risk everything for it. BIBI'S story isn't about an outsider who conformed to win. It's about an outsider who forced the system to bend around her. The woman who cursed on tracks, threw condoms at festivals, and broke down on Instagram also gave Korea its most unexpected chart topper of 2024. She turned left-field concepts into mainstream moments without losing the edge that made her dangerous in the first place. In an industry built on manufactured perfection, she became the standard by being perfectly imperfect. And that's the kind of story that doesn't just inspire, it rewrites the rules completely.